challenge Scott to speak any German.
Das ist good.
Ja, so gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's. Yeah, I know some good ones. Putz, Schmeck.
Not Yiddish.
Oh, that's derived from.
Yeah, there's something to it. Yeah.
Hi, Scott Orlin with Cinema Magazine. Okay, all you George Clooney fans, he's back directing and acting a new film called The Midnight Sky. George, having gravity in your rearview mirror, how much did that film experience prepare you for what you were going to need to do directorially?
Yeah, a lot. There was a lot of things that Alfonso was doing at the time, 8 years ago, that they were inventing the technology that now that technology is actually much improved and much easier. But he sort of showed me a lot of things not to do, because they had, they would shoot things with the glass over the helmets, and then you'd have these double reflections and you'd have to reshoot it and stuff. So we learned to, that you'd have to build that in digitally. There was a lot of things you learned, and a lot of things you learned to do. Like, there is no up or down when you're in space, because it's, up is up and down. It changes, whatever. So that the ability to rotate the camera and constantly keep it moving without making people throw up was another skill that there's a lot of, he's a brilliant filmmaker. So I steal from everybody who's good,
Well, you mentioned about throwing up. I know that it takes sometimes months and years to prepare for a movie. And right before you're about to get on a plane to go to Iceland to film, you got ill. How did that physicality affect you? Because you went ahead and went anyway.
Well, I did. It was, it was one of those moments where I ended up having to go into the emergency room, and I was there for 2 days. And then I got out and went, almost immediately out to Iceland, because it was just when we were starting to shoot. And it actually, obviously, as an actor, it kind of helps, because I'm dying in the movie. So, anything like that is sort of helpful. It was hard as a director, Scott, because that takes a lot of energy and a lot of strength. And I was really weak. My advantage was, even though we were putting all this stuff on, all this equipment on, my advantage was that our days were so short because of the light. It was from 11:30 to like 3 o'clock, and then we were done. So I was able to get home and sleep for about, for 3 weeks that we were there. I was able to rest for 12 hours, which I never get to do, and I got my strength back that way.
You're a happily married man. You have 2 amazing kids. I was wondering, going through this experience, how much did it make you appreciate isolation?
Well, like right now, I'm in here. This is all I got, man. This is it. My office, it's a nursery. The bar, it's a playroom. It's over for me right now. This is it. This is my isolation. I will say, it funnily enough, it does make you understand what it's like. And why, we all love the idea of being alone and getting some time alone, but we don't want it forced upon us. We want to be able to say, okay, now I'm going to go out to dinner, now I'm going to see my family, my friends. This has been a very hard 10 months on all of us, all of mankind, because it hurts your heart not to be near the people you love. And that film, the film, clearly was going to talk about those subject matters. We didn't know that it was going to be a documentary, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say too, because obviously you want to make a work of entertainment, but in every one of your films, if there's a thread, there's some relevant social relevance, political relevance, something about the individual. What are we talking about here? I don't think you're trying to hit anybody over the head, but.
No, but, we are talking about, when you look at the world we've left behind at, in 40 years, the questions are, or 35 years, the question is, if you play out all the things we're going through right now, the denial of science, the individual hatred, the division and the anger, not just in our country, in many countries around the world. If you play those out over 40 years, it's not inconceivable that we blow it. It's not inconceivable that we blow a hole in the atmosphere, or that we blow each other up, or, we see, handle a pandemic poorly. there's a lot of ways it's pretty fragile what we really, we humans are. And so I looked at it that way. I thought that was, the kind of story that we were going to talk about. And I thought also it was important to talk about our inability to get home and to be near the people we want, and to talk about regret and redemption and all those sort of themes that run through all of us, all the time.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. The movie is called The Midnight Sky. Director and actor George Clooney, thank you so much. And this is Scott Orlin. Until next time.
Thank you, Scott. It's good to see you, brother.
Great to see you.
We're almost there, man. A couple more months and we're going to start to see we'll all be able to see some family, And
I just want to see my front yard. They keep blocking me to go to there, so we can't see that. Okay. Give my best to everybody. Thanks so much.
Thanks, brother.